Estimating plaster walls. This is actually a new area that was just built out. This is a carriage house next to the main house. Homeowner that we've worked with many times asked us to come in and finish this area for them. So I want to walk through an estimate on this area, especially the plaster wall, some things to look out for. The homeowner said it is all ready to go. So he said it's already been wiped down, everything looks great. And first thing I did is I came in, wiped my hands against everything, and look, we have dust on everything. So that means we have to factor in, if we were writing an estimate, to wipe down these walls, maybe with a nice moist damp rag, but just make sure we get all this contamination off, because it's going to affect our finished paint. These walls feel like glass, but they do have some residue over them. So we want to let the homeowner know what we're doing. We don't want to surprise them. These are great things to point out in the walkthrough of the estimate, or if they're not there, note it on the estimate that there's heavy dust on the wall. We're going to have to take time and wipe it down, however you do that. Secondly, we want to make sure the pH in these walls are good enough to prime. And the pH is with plaster. Generally, if it's been sitting over 21 days in normal conditions, you're in good shape. We will do a pH test. It's just a real quick test you can pick up. That takes a minute to do, but it also saves you down the road from primer or paint failure when the moisture is trying to escape out of the plaster and ruin your finish. So as we walk around, this is typically estimating just like you'd be estimating painting a wall. We're going to length times width. We're going to figure out our square footage, an average gallon of latex primer. And here we're using a Benjamin Moore latex primer. Goes about 320, 350 square feet, which is average. You might even get a little more out of it depending if it's smooth texture, or if it's a rougher texture, you have some kind of texture like that, you might get a little less. So as I move this around, you're going to see the place. Just a normal new construction. So we're going to add up our number of paint. We're going to figure out, we're going to test our production rates in this project. And what's really good about this, because it's completely empty, I can put one of the newer guys here, have him roll out and measure after he's done. I always measure after we finish than prior to, just in case they get interrupted while they're painting. They can stop right then, and we can measure from the beginning until that end point. Often we'll just give them a room and say, hey, prime this out. And if they get interrupted during that time, it kind of skews the numbers. It doesn't give us true numbers. So we'll be in here tomorrow. We'll be priming this whole thing out. And a couple other tips when you're talking to homeowners in this point. If you're going to be priming the ceilings and setting up in this place, we're actually going to have to set up some staging. Are we going to paint the ceilings? If we're painting the ceilings, let's do it at the same time. Let's prime these out, let them dry, and give the ceilings 1 or 2 coats, however you finish your ceilings. Staging's already up. Let the homeowner know this is the perfect time to do it. It will probably save them a couple dollars in labor fees of setting up and taking down and moving around staging at this point, and nothing's on the floors anyway, and nothing's in the way. Secondly, you're going to notice behind me there is no trim on anything. None of the windows have trim. Electricals in, plates, switch plates not on. This is a great time if the homeowner has their wall color. We like to apply the first coat of wall color prior, so we'd prime all the walls, prime all the ceilings. We would then paint the ceilings and give a first coat on the walls. Let the trim guys come in and install all the trim. We can caulk it in, fill the holes, do the prep and painting on that, and then apply the last coat of paint. Much quicker, much cleaner, and it saves us time because there's nobody here. Also, one thing we like to do on anything we're doing like this is we put a rider on our estimate that we are not responsible for other trades damage to the finished product. And then if you ever gone in and looked at a new construction or an addition or a remodel, everything looks good, and then you get there and there's a hole in the wall. Or something you have finished now has scuff marks in it, or a crack or a bang or something like that. Why should the painter be the one responsible? So put a rider in there and say they are not responsible. You will charge time and material, and state your hourly rate so no one's surprised when you hand them a bill at the end. This will also let the homeowner know that you care, and also it brings you up that you're not going to actually work for free. I hope some of these tips helped you. I'm Ron Ransom in a new construction. These are plaster walls. Remember, Check. That's a lot of extra labor right there. Ron Ramsden, DYB coach, helping you perfect your estimates. If you need to reach me, find me at Ron at DYB Coach. Love to chat with you. Send me a message on Facebook. We can find some time. Thanks so much and happy estimating.